Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and today I want to talk about the Three Jokers. I know that this 3-issue mini is getting a lot of mixed reviews, so I thought I would share my thoughts, which are going to run counter to some and then maybe in line with some. So first, let's talk about the artwork. The artwork in this book has been nothing short of fantastic. Jason Fabok's artwork always seems to be fantastic, and it continues to be that way in here. No shortcuts taken. The artwork in this book was really good. I really enjoyed that. Now, it's a short book. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was 3 issues. But the main problem was with this book, in my opinion, is it's been built up over a period of 4 years that there's been 3 Jokers, and Batman doesn't know who they were. He sat on the Mobius chair, found out there's 3 Jokers, but didn't think to ask, well, who are they, right? Now, beware though, this book actually at the end opens up to why that is, but still, nonetheless, there's 3 Jokers, so that's what we've been built up as, 3 Jokers. But if you really think about it, this book really wasn't much about the 3 Jokers. Sure, they were in it, but it was more about the Bat family, if you will, the relationship between Batman, Jason Todd, or Batgirl. So you have Batgirl, Jason Todd, the Red Hood that is, and Batman, and their relationship together. And that was okay for the most part, but especially when you see the tension between Jason and Batman, that they did good. But what's a little bit weird was the relationship they did between Batgirl and Jason Todd. It was sort of shoehorned in. It just didn't feel right. Batgirl is not the Bat family wheel that everyone takes a turn on. I mean, come on now. There was no real connection there. That wasn't really necessary except to give us an emotional draw into the book, in my opinion. If you think Jason Todd and Batgirl were a good connection, let me know how wrong I was down in the comments. But there we are. Anyway, so we have that family build up. That part, that area, that particular segment was good. But what we had is a situation here where Joker pretty much lets Batman know that he can make new Jokers anytime he wants. He can make new Jokers. This is not the end, which is in a way is an interesting thought, but it really takes away from the Joker legacy. The hatred that Batgirl now has against the Joker, which they pretty much almost directly said, hey, the one that killed you, the one that shot you and damaged and handicapped you is dead now. Potentially the one that took out Jason Todd might be dead too. So they took a little bit of oomph away from those characters, if you will, which is quite sad. But on top of that, the whole thing about the Jokers, you really didn't get much more into it. Everything really, by the end of the book, spoiler alert here, pretty much reverted it back to what it was in The Killing Joke, saying this one was the true Joker, these other ones weren't. But here's the kicker, the big kick in the balls. Yes! Really is the end, the rewrite Jeff Johns did. On the story of the Joker and his family. And in other words, they had Batman created this Joker because, well, the police and all that were trying to help the Joker's family get him out of that bad relationship. But I never really got that bad relationship from when I read The Killing Joke. It was sort of shoehorned that in. So they took him and put like witness protection, gave him a new name. And Batman, Bruce Wayne, had a hand in it. So he always knew who the Joker was, but it didn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
Okay, I can sort of understand that. He didn't want to have the stigmatism of the Joker on the family. I can understand how that would ruin the family, because how many people are going to want revenge because the Joker's been so bad? But in that part, I don't mind. I think that was an interesting part. But you never got any, at least I didn't, from The Killing Joke, any of the Joker was bad to his family. He became the Joker because he did everything he could for his family and was failing. So that's a major, huge plot twist that really didn't make any sense. Was it an interesting thing to read about? Yeah, but it made no sense. It's once again having a big idea that just didn't fit, that shouldn't have been done. Should have been changed in a different way. So now Bruce Wayne knows who Batman is because of the family. But once again, if you didn't read The Killing Joke, which you probably did, his family died, and that was one of the reasons, once again, for the craziness. But now it didn't happen. So Joker was created because of an act of getting his family to safety, even though they didn't need it because he wasn't abusive in the first place. A real major plot gaffe, if you will. Now, with that said, if you turn your brain off and take it out of context, because it's his black label, so they can get away with it, and just say, it's not canon, it's just a story, then yeah, it's pretty interesting. That the last book is probably the most interesting out of the three. And then at the end too, you had Jason giving him, pretty much saying I love you to Babs, if you will, in a note, putting it on the door that doesn't stick. Okay, could you invest in some better tape here? In a day and age where he could have spoke to her, but he didn't. He could have texted, he could have emailed, he could have conversed with her in any way other than that. He puts a piece of flimsy tape onto a door with a note that pretty much says, I will give up everything for you of who I am, which, let's be honest, doesn't fit the Jason character at all. It just didn't. It was a massive turn from the Jason character. So there's the two biggest conundrums I think I found with this was the Jokers weren't written really well. They really didn't. And the reasoning for how Joker came to be didn't make a lot of sense so far. And then how Jason Todd was written at the end didn't make sense. Also, the tie-in with Joe Chill. We had that, and I think it's a good idea to tie in the Joe Chill thing because his connection to Batman as well as to the Joker. But at the end, they killed Joe Chill off, which I don't think really was necessary. I know why they did it, at least I think I do. It's showing that even though Batman's went through all this, the things that changed Batman, made him the way he is, he can still forgive. And I know some people are really going to hate that because Batman was or Bruce Wayne, I should say, was at Joe Chill's side upon his death, holding his hand when his final breaths were taken. But that shows a little bit of redemption of Batman and why Batman's better than a Joker, because you can look at them as both crazy. They're both not 100%. Let's be honest there. But Batman is healing. He's improving. And we've got to have some healing with the character once in a while. In a way, healing is nice to see in a character because we're getting so much deconstruction nowadays. At least we got some healing. And I know some people are going to hate that part. I didn't hate that part. I didn't think it was great. But forgiveness is huge. To be a true hero, sometimes you have to forgive. And they showed Batman taking that step. I know that's a controversial view on that, but that's my view. So here's my questions to you. Do you think the Jokers were written and handled well? Do you like which one actually is the real Joker? Did you think Jason Todd is written in character? And what did you think about how they handled Joe Chill? Ultimately, I enjoyed this 3-story arc. The art, once again, I cannot say enough, was fantastic. The story was interesting. I can't hold it in my head as canon, but I could take it away from the main story and say it was entertaining. I'll go that far. Didn't hate it, don't love it, and how it turned out. But I enjoyed it just for the art alone. It was probably worth it for me. That's my views on the book series, the 3 issues. I want to know what yours are. I'm very, very much looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are. Thanks for taking this time and listening to me. And until next time, keep it frugal.